Hey folks, we're going to plant carrots, and I'll be perfectly honest, I've never done it this way before. But these are egg carton crates. There's like 36 in each one of these. I'm going to put them in this bed. This bed's already been amended, tilled a little bit. Had to till it because this ground hasn't been tilled in a long time. Got a drill, and I've got the crates. And all we're basically doing is punching a hole in the bottom of them. And the reason for that, I don't know how well you can see from there, we're just going to lay these down, press them in, throw a little soil in the bottom, wet them down, put our seeds in there, wet them down again, and the object is spacing of the carrots is going to be darn near perfect. And because of the fiber of the egg carton, it's going to hold the moisture in. If you know anything about carrots and bright sunshine, the seeds dry out really quick, and then you get a really bad germination rate, if any at all. But yeah, like I said, I've never tried this before. I've never done it, but we're going to give it a shot, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, just in thinking about it, we're in a big, not a big field, but a field, and I'm wondering about the wind blowing up off. But I think watering and putting the soil in there is going to keep that from happening. But it's something to think about. Now the way these holes are, I think it's going to be kind of neat. I can put like 2, maybe 3 seeds in there, and the roots are going to go down through the hole. And then as the carrot forms, because this is going to be moist and basically breaking down in the soil, the carrot's not going to have a hard time forming into a carrot. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to find out together. Now, I always worry about putting foreign objects in my garden, but I figure because this is basically cardboard and because it's used for food products, it's probably pretty safe. We hope. Now this is going to be the first batch that I do. I kind of stagger them out by a couple of weeks. That way I've got carrots for early summer, summer, and fall. Now I am using a spade bit on here, 3/4 inch spade bit. The reason why I have a 3/4 inch spade bit laying around is because it's the perfect size birdhouse hole for the Carolina wrens in my area. So I use it. I'll kind of bring this one up to the camera a little bit so you can get an idea as to the hole size. They're pretty much, even the ones that have got some some jagged edges. That's gonna, when we water this, that's gonna break down. The roots are gonna go down through. The carrot spacing is perfect. Should be good to go. All right, I'm gonna water these down a little bit, soak it in, and then we'll add the seeds. So I've got two different types of carrots here. These are Johnny's Orange Fancy F1 pelletized. Now, honestly, I didn't notice that I bought the pelletized. I very seldom do that, especially knowing that I was going to do it this way. But I've also got the Johnny's Certified Organic Hybrid Early Carrots, Caravel. And I think, as an experiment, we're going to mix them together. What do you think? Was that a good idea or a bad idea? Leave me a note. We're going to find out in a while anyway. We're just going to shake them up. Let's try this. I'm going to pop a couple in each one. Now I'm sure I'm going to probably have to come through and thin out a little bit, but if you've ever planted carrots and you know how small they are, you're always going to have to thin them out anyway. Well, I do anyway. I don't know about everybody else. One way or the other, we're going to get carrots. We're just going to find out whether this is a viable, good way of doing it. And hey, I'm doing it. You're not losing anything, right? Okay. Probably going to go ahead and fast forward this so that you don't have to watch me do all of these. And I'll be back to jabber in a minute. Okay. Now what I'm going to put down is some really fine soil that I've got. It's a seed starting soil. Naturally, it contains worm castings, not a lot. It also contains some of that white stuff that I hate, but it works well to help keep the moisture in and all that. And we're only going to put in a little bit. I really don't like using perlite because it seems like it takes it a long time before you don't ever see it again in your soil. I know it's got its purpose, it's got its use, and it works well for what it does, but I just don't like it. I'm a little late getting these carrots in. I'm a little late getting my snap peas in. And the reason why is because I've always found when I try to go really, really early, something happens. And I don't live here at the farm. I have a friend here that lives in the farmhouse. I live about 20 minutes away. So if something disastrous happens, it's a ride to get here. So I always err on the side of being late, and I've never had a problem with doing that. Everything comes up for better, for worse, and in all honesty, I think a lot of times it's for better, planting late. Naturally, the tomatoes and the peppers and the squash won't go in until later. The beets are going in pretty shortly here. The lettuces, all of that, that'll go in. I always plant a lot of that kind of thing, Swiss chard and all. I plant it on a timeline. All right, so let's go ahead and water these in, and we will be good to go. Just to try to help them to keep from blowing away in the wind. Well, if nothing else, it looks pretty. All right, let's see how it goes.